Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent, and I hope you guys are sitting down. Hope if you do have a seatbelt, put your seatbelt on. Vechain is about to go parabolic. There are all the signals of it about to happen. And right now, what we're experiencing and the prices that we're experiencing right now are not going to be here ever again. So it is time. It is time to look at this and look at this in a very, very serious way, because May is going to be truly legendary for the Vechain network. And we kick things off with a Ripple Vechain potentially coming soon. Now, this article is very, very recent. However, this was spoken about last year. So 2020 already, there were rumors that Ripple and Vechain could partner up. And now that is come up again. And it's come up again at a very interesting time. We know that Ripple could be days, weeks away from a potential settlement with the SEC. We know that Vechain as an organization, its mission, its blockchain, what it does and how it serves its customers. And the two of them see the same people but don't compete against each other, because one is about money, transaction, and speed, and the other one is about tracking and all the incredible things that the Vechain network does. And so this partnership could set them both on fire. And so it's really, really, really fascinating. We'll keep you updated on that. But a Ripple Vechain partnership in the future, collaborating together on projects, is certainly very, very, very exciting. Vechain has been listed on Nasdaq, which does raise curiosity amongst beginners looking to invest in altcoins. So Nasdaq has put Vechain on its list of altcoins that you can purchase, and it just brings more and more people into cryptocurrency, which is fantastic. So very, very exciting to see that occur. Now, for myself personally, I quite like this chart, and I really like what this person has done. In February, it had a 56% pump. In March 2021, it had 120%. In April, it had a 129% pump from the bottom to the peak of it. And so if we can expect even 98% throughout April, then we would probably end up at around 39-40 cents. So for me, I think May will probably go a little bit further, or probably get to 50 cents pushing through, because if we notice here, 56, 120, 129, and I think myself personally, I think it'll be another 129, 130. So for me, 40 cents plus is the goal for Vechain throughout May. So it's really, really, really exciting to see. No matter where we look, we're about to go through and break that 26, 27 cents mark. It's just a matter of days now, and they're great opportunities right now to get in. If we look over here, if we look at what is going on, check that out. See that line over there? Every time it's hit that line, it's hit a couple of times, and then sometimes it's even dipped a little bit below it, but we're back at that line and we are set to kick off again. And then the next time it kicks off, it's going to kick off in a very, very, very big way. So if you've been on the sidelines, don't be on the sideline for too long. And again, it's not financial advice. Certainly not a financial advisor. The point of the channel is to bring you information, bring you the most current information, and then for you to go away and make up your own mind. But all the signals are here that a parabolic is coming. And in typical Vechain fashion, it generally comes at the beginning of the month. So you could be a day, 2 days away, maybe even a week max, but it is coming, and it's going to come very, very fast, and then you kick yourself. So don't do your research, do it today. That's what the serpent said. So another classic example of blockchain adoption in the real world. In order for cryptocurrency to continue long term in the world, it is about adoption into real world society. And this is just a Shanghai Gas, H&M clothing, all talking about using the V Trust, and using the Vechain network. So very, very exciting once again to see more mass adoption, and we have to in order for crypto to continue and to go on. So Vechain is focusing heavily on NFTs, but in a different way, not in a digital art perspective. So NFT ecosystem is an invitation to the community to take part in the ecosystem development, to reap the fruits together. That's the purpose of what Vechain is trying to do in the NFT world, is at the enterprise adoption, not at the digital art. NFTs have become popular because of digital art, but Vechain is looking at it, how can enterprises take NFTs and utilize them in real world scenarios. So keep an eye out on that. Now, Oracle 3,3 or Vechain Oracle, he's gone on about how Vechain's $2 path could look like. Now, it's very interesting, and the way that he mentions it, and again, it's all because of how much we've dipped under, and we're about to push forward again from a volume perspective. But look, I don't mind this. I don't mind the way that this is looking. Of course, we know that things aren't always that straightforward and that obvious, because otherwise, we would all be, there is a particular reason why they say that 90% of a day trader's income will be lost within its first 90 days, because these things are way too good to be true. It's really, really important to be in long term. And again, something I've mentioned on the channel a lot is time in the market will always beat timing the market. So if you've made up your mind about Vechain and you think this is something good for you and you've done enough research, bite the bullet and go for it, because the amount of time you spend in the Vechain program, the more you will make. And it's just a matter of fact, because it has so little competition out there in the marketplace. So stop trying to get 1 or 2 cents advantage, because you could be missing out on a lot more moving forward. TradingView.com, at the moment, at the time of making this, it's at 20 cents. We're down about 3.87% for the day. We dipped even lower than that earlier. Still on a buy signal. Why are we on a buy signal? Well, everything that's going on right now, I think it's absolutely normal. It's we're accumulating at the moment and getting ready for that next wave. As mentioned on a few charts earlier today, there was a couple of key points at $2.20. In the future will be a major resistance point. But we are not there yet. So right now, what we're focusing on is getting into the 35s, 36 cents, and then push towards the 50 cents, and then continue to move forward. And one day you will see a $2 Vechain. You're just going to be patient when it comes to it. At the moment, like I said, we are in this accumulation zone. We're sort of building this formation. And once we break out of it, the last resistance that we've got before we hit the 30 cents is that 27 cents that has played a major support. Once we break that, then we're pushing into the 30s and in the 50s in the not too distant future. From a short time frame point of view, between now and July, $1.36 is certainly absolutely not out of the question, and that is something that I'll be keeping a very close eye on and coming back to you with information on how we're going to get there. But in the short term, where we are right now, we got some key resistance at 21 cents. We got some other resistance points at 18 cents. And then we do have a final 16 cents resistance point. Don't think we're going to get anywhere near 16 cents resistance points. From there, 26, 29, 33 cents. 33 cents is the next stop that I'm looking for us to get to. This is sort of the formation that we're going to be looking at. And then once we break out, we'll be breaking out very, 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 very nicely. So super exciting. I'm really, really excited about, Vechain, everything that it does, and, how we come about, how it's come from leaps and bounds from when it was just 4 cents, a couple of months back. I do highly encourage you, in times when prices do go down, I do encourage you to jump on the website, check out the white paper, have a read through it. In general, as an investor, you should be reading this stuff. I know 90% of you don't. And you just, go on YouTube, listen to The Serpent, listen to a couple of others. Okay, if all these people are saying it, I'm going to go with them. But in times like these, when, maybe the price drops a little bit, you're not really too sure, have a look at the long-term vision, what they're up to, what they're doing, how it's all going to tie up together. It's going to be really, really, really exciting to be on board. And also make sure to check out the social channels as well, because from a social media perspective, they got some really, really, really good content. They always post on Twitter regularly, a lot of information coming on board. V4 is now being listed on crypto.com, which is super exciting as well. So the V4 pair in USDT is now available, and there's always just new things coming on board all the time. So, you know, like Vechain has just become more accessible to the Turkish community. They've just got a lot of information that they put on there. They really do put in a lot of time on that. So again, if you did learn something new today, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you all so very much for all this love, passion that you share for the channel. And I look forward to see you on the next one.